Thanks for joining us. An 18-year-old Greenville County girl murdered. The 19-year-old, who deputies say took her life, continues to remain in jail.
Immigration and Customs Enforcement announced in the coming days the suspect was in the country illegally. 7 News reporter Brianna Smith is taking a closer look at what that means for the case and how often this is happening in the upstate. Brianna.
Well, Tom, last year, 240,000 illegal immigrants were removed from the United States. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, also known as ICE, states that more than 80% of those removed had committed crimes in the U.S.
Copy 102.
A high school student taken too soon in a crime that left many wondering why.
Why such a senseless crime from such a young guy?
Greenville County deputies say that Diana Martinez Gonzalez was dragged into the woods by Daniel De Jesus Rangal Scherer and murdered. Scherer would admit to the crime to deputies, saying Gonzalez was spreading rumors about him.
Evil. Pure evil.
As Scherer was booked into jail and bond was considered, a question rose to the forefront.
One of the things they look at is whether they're here legally or illegally.
Immigration and Customs Enforcement determined that Scherer was in the country illegally from Mexico. Once arrested, an ICE hold was placed on him. But what does that really mean?
We're letting you know, at whatever point you're going to cut this person loose, please let us know so we can come pick them up.
ICE is only the arresting agency in the deportation process. They don't take an undocumented person charged in a criminal case into custody until local law enforcement is finished with their prosecution. But the process of deportation actually begins at the bond hearing, when the consideration of the suspect charged is a flight risk.
I'm here to inform you of your charges, your bond amounts, and your rights.
If somebody's here without proper documentation, obviously that increased their potential for flight risk.
Because of that flight risk, in most major crime cases, undocumented immigrants stay in jail until their case is scheduled on the court docket. For Greenville County, that could average more than a year. Right now, Greenville County is prosecuting 42 cases where the suspect is believed to be in the country illegally. At just over $60 a day to keep someone in jail, taxpayers are footing the bill for about $1 million a year for those 42 undocumented immigrants to await trial. And Greenville County isn't the only place with the high cost of incarcerating undocumented immigrants charged with a major crime. In the past 3 years, Anderson County has housed 45, Spartanburg County more than 130.
So the question begs, why are we prosecuting those that are ultimately going to be deported anyways, and why are we spending those resources?
I think that's a question that really depends on perspective.
The fact is that it's much easier to deport someone from the United States if they're convicted of a crime. According to this Homeland Security memorandum from February, President Trump has asked ICE to prioritize deportation of those in the country illegally who've been convicted. Greenville County Solicitor Walt Wilkins feels that deportation isn't a substitute for serving a sentence.
I could give you example after example of people I've personally prosecuted, and then 3 months later, they're right back here, I'm prosecuting them again.
One of the main reasons comes back to victims like Diana Martinez Gonzalez.
They deserve some sort of justice, and is it fair for that victim to be treated differently than another victim so this person gets deported back to their home country?
We're weighing the difference between, justice and the taxpayer dollar for these people.
Absolutely. It is very much a balancing act between being good stewards of our taxpayer dollars, but also protecting and serving the people that I was elected to do.
Greenville County plans on prosecuting Scherer for the murder of Diana Gonzalez. If convicted, he will serve his entire prison sentence before the deportation process will ever begin. Back to you, Tom.
Brianna, thank you.